So this is Leafeon in sunlight. I think she just looks really cute. But yeah, I just can't finish this off. I lost the yarn chicken for this one. It's not meant to be white, it's meant to be his skin tone. Okay, so I am an idiot. Okay, so this little guy is done. I think he's really cute. He's all finished now. My little failed brush buddy, half a brush buddy. I didn't want to do that with this guy because there's so much chenille yarn that in my experience of gluing hair, it sometimes comes up again. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda and I am the owner of a small crochet business called the Cotton Florist, and this week we are doing a mystery jar challenge. So you guys voted on Insta what my next video should be and you guys all voted for the mystery jar challenge. So that is what we're going to do this week. I have quite a few patterns that I want to do that I've never done before. So I decided that this particular mystery jar challenge video is only going to be new patterns only using patterns that I have never ever crocheted before. Some of these patterns are pretty new. They've only just hit my save patterns recently. A lot of these patterns are actually free. Some of them I have had for a little while that have been paid but just never got around to actually making them. So there's a mix of free and paid in this video. As usual, all of the patterns will be linked in the description box so you can have a look and see what these patterns are and where you can find them. I am going to be creating a Google Doc soon with all the patterns linked, but I've just been too lazy, so we'll get that done hopefully soon. Anyway, I have a cup here because I don't have any kind of jar, so I just have all of the patterns in here. There's a bunch of them. I think there's like maybe like 10-ish. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to get done because some of them are pretty big. Some of them are small. It's a bit of everything in here, but we're going to try and do as many as we can. I am going to draw them all right now, but you guys are not going to see all of them. I'm going to cut back to me drawing them after each time I finish crocheting the thing that I've drawn. So I'll draw one, crochet it, and then cut back to me doing the rest of them just so I can get all of this part out of the way because I do tend to crochet a lot at night and it's not really the greatest for filming, so I might want to start something at 2 a.m. in the morning and I don't want to have to redraw again looking like a 2 a.m. zombie. So with that being said, let's go and draw the first pattern. Okay, so I have literally no idea because they're all cut the same shape. Okay, the first one is, so this one is, oh, this was a Leafeon pattern by JM Adorable Plushies. So this is a Leafeon pattern that is based off of I believe it's a free Pikachu, or it's a paid Pikachu pattern, and then this is the free mod that goes with it, but I'll put it all on screen and link it down below as well. So Leafeon is the first pattern that we are going to do. I'm super excited about this one actually because it is one of my favorite Pokemon. Let me just have a look and see which colors I'm going to need. Okay, so I just found out what this is. So the free pattern is by JM Adorable Plushies, but the actual base pattern, so the Pikachu base pattern that this is being the mod of, is by Shine Crafts, and it's a free Pikachu pattern and I already have this. I've had it for a couple of years now. Okay, so we're going to need like, it looks like a marshmallow color, which is kind of the same kind of like light beige color I use for my Squirtle bodies, like the shell part, and a brown and a green. So I'm going to go and grab those colors. I have all of those colors. Okay, so for the base, I was thinking this color. I think this is all I've got left of marshmallow. I kind of need this, but this is obviously not enough. I did get another color that was very similar. That might be a little bit too gray. Mushroom? Actually, that might be okay. Yeah, I think we might have to go with this. It seems like the best option. And then as for the brown, I'm going to use this Scully Teddy Bakery little feet, and then we also need the green, and I'm thinking this one, which I think is Goblin. We might be able to use that bit up. Yes, that's Goblin, so we can use these. I think this is a good color combo. So let's get started on the head. It doesn't look like it would be a very big pattern. Like I don't think it's going to take too long to do. So I've never made the Shine Crafts picker. I've had it saved for ages and just never did it for some reason. So let's see how this turns out. I think it's going to be super cute. I can't crochet and talk because I lose count. So I guess cut to me hyper crocheting. Okay, so the head is done. Little head is done. Now I'm going to move on to the body. So the body is also done the exact same, using the exact same pattern as Shine Crafts, in this same color, and then with its little feet is going to be this brown color. They use terracotta color, and I'm wondering if maybe this is not terracotta enough. I actually might instead change to the teddy color. So one second. Okay, so this is the teddy. See the comparison? This is more of a terracotta color. I'm just going to use this small little ball up first before I rip into a new one. So this is for the feet. I only need enough for the feet, the bobble stitches. I think that's all I need, and the inside of the ear. So yeah, this is definitely enough. So now I'm going to work on the body now, and then I'm going to go through and just make all the little components. So I just need to make the 2 ears. There's a leaf that sits on the forehead and the tail. And then I'll come back and show you guys all of the pieces, and then we can put them together. Alrighty, so I have now finished all of the pieces. It's getting quite dark now because it's such a miserable day today. Okay, so we have the 2 ears here. These were actually quite a lot of work to do. Tons of color change and using a chain. It's very interesting. The head, which you guys already saw, the little teeny tiny body, and what else have I got here? What is that? Oh, that's the tail. It's like the little scrunchy tail, and then leaf for its head. So we have like all of these components here all done, and now we have to sew them all together. I'm going to start with, I think, stuffing the body, and then sewing the head to the body. I'm just gonna quickly stuff the body. His body is so much smaller than his head. It's so cute. And he should sit as well, I'm pretty sure, if I don't overstuff him. Look at him. Okay, I can't really use my knitting needle hooks to keep him in place because the recent stuffing that I got from Spotlight was really, really dense. And so you can't like stick a sewing needle through it. It's just like really, like, see? I don't know if you can tell. It just doesn't go through it at all. It's crazy. It's super dense. It's so strange. Every so often Spotlight has the stuffing changes. Sometimes it's like really, really silky soft, but you need to use a lot of it to stuff the plushies, and other times it's just really dense. So I'm just going to hold the pieces in place and hope that I do an okay job at that. Hoping to get this done ASAP because I'm about to go out for dinner, so I don't think this will take me too much longer to sew together. Okay, so head is now attached to the little body, and now I'm going to sew on the ears. So I think that's going to bring it all together. Oh, I'm actually surprised that his ears stay up. I think because they're kind of so thick and stiff. Well, that's nice. I would love to make more of these, but this is a pretty time-consuming plushie to make, honestly. I think because of all of I think it's mostly the ears that took me a long time. The body itself is really quick. It's just the ears. There's also like an Espeon mod to go along with this pattern, and I'm thinking I might try that. Obviously not in this challenge because I didn't get it in the mystery jar challenge, but I think I did put the pattern in there anyway. But on my regular market prep vlogs, I might make one just because I think it will go nicely with this. And I don't make too many of the evolutions. I do have like a gigantic Umbreon, but I've had him for a little while. That was from a pattern test, and it gets a lot of attention, but it's never sold. And I have it for 90. It's like massive. It used up so much yarn and it took me so long. Okay, this is coming along well. It's pretty easy to sew together, I will say. It is a little bit time consuming with the pieces to like crochet them all, but the actual sewing together is like not very painful at all, which is nice. Okay, so these little ears. So cute. So fluffy. If they flop too much, I might even run some yarn in and back down into the body, but we'll see. Okay, the next thing I'm going to crochet on is the tail. So this is definitely not going to sit up on its own. So I'm going to have to attach it to the back, I think. So see how it's like floppy? It's got that little curve in it. I think I might just attach it to the top of his head so it stays up. Okay, so his little tail is done now. So that's done. His ears are done. And now, well, they kind of are flopping a bit, huh? And now I need to do just his little leaf that goes on top of his little forehead. Okay, it's done. I think it looks really cute. So this is the little leaf yarn. So cute. I think I might need to just kind of come up with something to keep his ears a little bit more solid. But I think it's okay. That's the back. Very cute. So he is all done. I am now going to redraw and see what the next pattern is. Okay, so now that Leafy On is done, let's do the next pattern. This one is Chopper. Okay, I have had this one, I think I bought this one like 3 years ago actually. This is by Amiguruku. It's Chopper from One Piece. So let's get started on this little guy. I'll put the picture on screen. It looks like a pretty straightforward pattern. There's no hair, so it should be quicker than the normal dolls. I have some of the others from Amiguruku as well. And they take a lot longer because there's hair, but this one doesn't. So it should be a pretty good one to do. So let's get started now. Okay, so the next one is Chopper. And I'm just trying to figure out the colors. I'm going to again use teddy bear as the skin, like his body, and he has like antlers, and I'm going to use that as his antler color because it's darker than his skin. He has red shorts here, and he also has like a pinkish hat. So I think these are the colors we're going to go with. That's what we're going to work with. So I'm just looking at my pattern. I've had this pattern for ages. Amiguruku's colors are pretty similar to what I've chosen. I was debating whether I use the same color I use for Leafy On's body. So this color for Chopper's skin and then that for his horns. But I think this is a little bit too cool tone. I think it's a bit too like on the gray side. And I think it needs to be a bit more of a brown. So I think that's going to be okay. I don't think I'm going to get done tonight, honestly. But anyway, let's see. I'm going to start with the head. All right, we're going to start with the head. Okay, so we're back with a little update for the Mystery Jar Challenge. I think the last clip I did was a couple of days ago on Sunday, and I was about to go out for dinner, but I had just finished Leafy On, and I did promise to show you guys in the lighting. So this is Leafy On in sunlight. I think she just looks really cute, so I'm happy with this one. I don't know if I mentioned there was also an Umbreon mod, which I want to do and have them like side by side. But yeah, this was a really cute one. It did take me a little bit of time, but it was well worth it, I think. It's really cute. I think next time I might put the feet a little bit closer, like further apart. Other than that, very cute. So I didn't end up crocheting on Monday because I had a really bad migraine. Surprise, surprise. Yesterday I started crocheting again. So the next pattern that I drew was Tony Chopper, and I think I'd started it before I went out for dinner. I think I started on the head. I think I only got like a couple of rounds done, and then I came back home. I think I did a bit more, but then obviously Monday I crocheted nothing, and then my headache finally went away last night so I could crochet again. And this is how much we've done. So I mean I've pretty much almost finished it all. So he's got his little hat. It's actually removable. It comes off. And that's him. I think he looks really cute. I have also done his little horns. Like he's like a reindeer, I think. But the challenge for me is I don't know if I should sew them into the hat or if I should sew them through into the head. So like, I don't know if I should make the hat removable or if I should anchor it down with the horns. I really am not too sure what I should do with this component. I don't think it really mentions it in the pattern. And I mean, I think it doesn't really matter. So if I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do that now and try and figure out like, maybe I'll just do it into the hat. Maybe I'll just do it through to the head. And that can be the way to anchor the hat down because the hat doesn't really need to come off, I don't think. I mean, I've not watched One Piece, honestly, so I don't know if there's any significance in the hat coming off. But yeah, I think I might just sew it on. Let's just sew it on and then we'll see how we go because it's just in the side of the head, so it should be fine. Yeah, so let's go and do that now and we'll see what he looks like when he is all done. Okay, so all right, let's put these horns on. So I know in a few videos ago, I think it was my Supernova vlog, I was complaining of really bad headaches and I was like super out of it. And so many of you commented actually with things that helped your migraines and headaches. And honestly, I tried so many of them. I went back through the comments. I like tried eating a bunch more because I undereat when I have a headache. I tried like massage. I tried like heat and cold packs. There were so many different things that I tried. Now I don't know what worked. So I tried like everything. So something obviously worked because my headache's gone now, which is great. But I think I mentioned I got my conch pierced in the cartilage and it's not sore. It didn't get any swelling or anything. It went red for like 10 minutes and then it's fine. But I wonder if maybe that triggered it. So I don't know if I've made the headache myself by getting that pierced. Maybe I did, but it's gone now. So the headache's gone now. The piercing's still there. It seems fine. But I also heard that there is a piercing called a dath, which goes like right here. and it's apparently helps some people with their migraines, and I'm so tempted to get it done. I'd wanted to get it done on this ear, and I can't sleep on this ear for like another 5 months, so might space them out a little bit because I'm not too crazy. Okay, so this pattern actually says that we should be going through the head and the hat, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I think that's a good idea to anchor the head down, the hat down, not the head down. The head is anchored already. I'm just trying to figure out like placement wise. Does that look okay? I think so. I honestly am not super duper familiar with this character other than just seeing it everywhere because it's like one piece. I actually started trying to read the manga, One Piece manga, and then I realized how many like mangas there were, and I was like, I do not have enough time for this, so I don't know, maybe I'll just watch the live action or something instead. Okay, I really hope that I get this in the right spot. Oh, this yarn sheds a lot. It's a really fuzzy yarn. I mean, it's not meant to be fuzzy, it's just parfait chunky, but it seems to be very fuzzy. Okay, one down. I think he's looking good. We will see how it looks like with the second one. Okay, so this little guy is done. I think he's really cute. He's all finished now. Yeah, his little bucket hat is cute. He's done. I don't know how to price him, honestly. I'm thinking like 40 or 45 just because he was a little bit time intensive. Not too much, but we'll see. I really just don't know because he's going to be a one-off. I don't think I'll make another one of him unless like he sells out really quickly, but I just don't have a lot of one-piece stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's cute though. So this is the second one done. So we have these two little guys so far, and let's move on to draw the next plushie to see what we're going to make. Okay, now that he is done, let's go ahead and get the next pattern. Okay. This one is Luffy by Crochet with May. So another one piece. This one is, I believe, a YouTube tutorial, and it looks like it turns out quite small. So I was very curious to try this out and see what it looks like and how small it actually is, because it looks like it's kind of a really good keychain size, but I don't know. It's a YouTube tutorial, so I don't need to watch the whole tutorial to crochet this one, which I'm pretty impatient, so I don't really like doing that too much, but I thought this was a really cool pattern, so I'm happy to sit through a tutorial on YouTube to go through and see yeah, what kind of pattern this is and what it turns out to be. It looks like a really cute Luffy, so let's go and make this one. And because it is a YouTube tutorial, I obviously can't show it on screen, but I will link it below. Same with all the other patterns. I have linked this YouTube tutorial below so you can follow along if you also want to do this pattern. But yeah, let's crochet a little mini Luffy. Okay, so cutting back to me. I obviously already knew what the next plushie was, but you guys didn't. So this one is the Luffy pattern, and it is by Crochet with May 3 on YouTube. So this is a pattern that I'll be watching a YouTube video and doing, because she does have a physical pattern, but you got to pay for it. And I thought, I've bought a lot of patterns lately. If I really like this pattern, I will buy the pattern so I don't have to keep watching the instructions. But I just want to make it for this challenge, and then we'll see how we go. So looking at my yarn that we need, I need to get, looks like white, a brown, a blue, and a red. So I'm going to go grab that yarn and then we can start. Okay, so I'm back and we have, oh my gosh, I'm covered in yarn. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have our red, we have our, oh my gosh, we have our shell, which is going to be the skin tone. I like this as a skin tone. I also recently discovered marshmallow, but I don't have any left. So we're going to use this. It's a little bit pink toned. We have the blue, we have white, and we have yellow. So I think we have all of the colors that we need. So I'm going to get started now on this pattern, and I'll check back in with you guys when I've done something. Okay, so I am an idiot, honestly. This pattern is really quick. I have the body done. If you watch One Piece, you will know that he wears an open shirt, red shirt. This, it's not meant to be white, it's meant to be his skin tone, but for some reason Crochet by May 3 picked up what looked like a white, and I was like, oh, white's for his shirt. No, it's the skin tone. It's meant to be this. And when I was doing it, by the way, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't, so you're gonna get a recap. I was like, oh well, I've already started this, I'm just gonna keep going, how bad will it look? And I've done the head. I had to keep going in white. He just looks like a big snowman. He's very white. I do not make my dolls in white yarn because it's very unrealistic. It's not a skin tone. Even for anime, white is not a skin tone. It's usually like at lightest a very creamy color, but I like to use shell. This is the color I use for my dolls usually, this color. And like the contrast is insane. But anyway, I started it and I was like, oh, I don't want to stop. We'll just keep going and we'll just see what it looks like. I'm kind of hoping, because he does have black hair that covers it, like maybe it won't look so bad in a hat. Maybe it won't look so bad. So we're just going to roll with this. If I make this again, I will absolutely be doing skin tone because I know what my mistake is now. But his body was really easy to make. Like if you're wanting like a little plushie, and he's kind of like that nice like $28-ish size that my other Pokemon starters would be. So he would kind of sit there. Actually, it's probably more than 28 because when I do the hair, it's going to be a bit extensive. So never mind, I take that back. I don't know what he's going to be priced at, but I do need to make the hair next. I think I'm going to check the instructions and see, but I think now that I've done that, that needs to be sewed onto this. But I need to make the hair next, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to keep going with this tutorial, and then I'm going to grab some black yarn because I totally forgot my black yarn. And yeah, let's start on the hair. It looks like it's going to be a lot. Hair usually is. It's just like a ton of chains, but we'll see how this one goes. Okay, so a little update. I have finished the, what was I working on? Hair. So the hair is done. Also, I've done the hat. It's actually turning out quite bigger than like what I initially thought the plushie was going to be. So I assume that somehow it's going to be like that. And then also I've started to sew the head to the body. So we're almost done actually. I think this is kind of like the last steps. I'm not too sure about how the hair is going to connect to the head though. Haven't watched that bit so far. But yeah, I'm pretty curious because they didn't say to leave any kind of tail. So I'm thinking it might be just glued on, but I'm not sure. I did leave a little bit of a tail, but honestly, I didn't leave much. So I guess we'll see. I might have to end up, I don't know, potentially gluing it if I don't have enough of a yarn tail. All done. Head is on the body. I just need to cut off this yarn tail, obviously. Okay, that's it all sewed up, and yeah, the head's on. So I guess that's what he'll look like when he's done. I'm kind of kicking myself still that I didn't do his body color in a body color. It's like white, but anyway, I think it'll still look really cute next to the chopper. It's actually almost the same size. I mean, it's obviously a bit of a difference, but yeah. Ah, he's so pale. But anyway, I think he looks really cute though. His little hat. I'm going to sew all this together and figure out what the instructions are to sew it all together or glue it or whatever. I left yarn tails because I wasn't too sure what to do, just in case. I don't think they did leave yarn tails, but just in case I can sew it together. So I'm going to get that done and I will show you guys what it's looking like when it's finished. Okay, so it's a little bit later now and I have been trying to figure out how I'm going to attach this. What I ended up doing is a little bit different to what Crochet with Me does. So she uses glue, but obviously she's using a really small chenille yarn. So it like her plushie is this big. I didn't want to do that with this guy because there's so much chenille yarn that in my experience of gluing hair, it sometimes comes up again or you can see the glue. It's just not a nice look. So I thought because there is so much chenille, thick chenille yarn, I'm just going to sew it. So what I did is I sewed the hair about up to here on the head, like around. And then I put the hat on and I'm now sewing the hat to the head really loosely, like loosely as in I'm not doing pulling tight so you have indents. Like I'm trying to make it as loose as possible so that it's still really secure, but I'm not pulling the yarn really tight so it's not giving it indents, which is what I was kind of worried about to start off with. And so far it's working out okay. I'm almost all the way around now and then I'll be finished. So I'm hoping, I mean, this guy really turned out to be quite a big plushie compared to what I thought it was going to turn out, especially the first few rounds was this. And this looks like it would be a small plushie, but it ended up being quite a really good size plushie. So I don't see myself making any more of this particular one, to be honest, just because it did take a little bit of time. And I don't know, I mean, it is Oz Comic Con that I'm prepping this for. So I'm definitely certain that there will be One Piece fans there. But yeah, this is my first time at Oz Comic Con, so I'm not really too sure how much of each fandom I should be trying to cover. So I do have the two anyway. So I've got Luffy and I've also got this guy. So I've got these two now. And I think that will be pretty much me covering off the One Piece fandom. Yeah, I don't see myself doing any more, I don't think. This looks like it's pretty secure now. I don't think it's coming off anytime soon. I'm gonna tie this up and then we will be pretty much done actually with this plushie. Okay, that's done. I potentially will later on go through with some of my E6000 glue and just glue some of the strands down, or some pieces of hat if I see there's a bit of a gap between that and the hair, just to make sure it's extra secure and looks nice and even, because some of them really curl up. So yeah, but that is him all done. Actually, no, I need to make a little scar here. So let me grab that. Okay, and it is done. So I did a little scar on his cheek and we're all done. So that is another one of the mystery jar patterns all completed. Now I'm going to throw you back to me picking the next pattern and then we'll come back and start making it. Okay, now that's done. Let's have a look at what we're going to get done next. Oh, okay, this is Perry the Platypus by Clay Marley. I've had this one saved for ages as well and just never really got around to making him. So we're gonna make Perry the Platypus, and yeah, let's see how it turns out. He is such a super cute little character. So I've seen tons of people crocheting Perry the Platypus, but I've never done it. I actually have a few patterns saved, so I'm trying to remember which one this is exactly, but I do have their Instagram handle on here because I knew that I would forget which patterns this belong to, because I generally have like multiple of each character saved. So let's go and crochet Perry the Platypus. Okay, so the next pattern we'll be doing is Perry the Platypus by Clay Marley. It looks like the colors that I already can pick out straight away. So I know that the brown for the hat is going to be teddy bear. The body looks like it's going to be lagoon. I just have to try and find an orange color that will work, and then we can start crocheting. So this looks like it should be a pretty easy pattern to make. It's not very intricate, which is nice because I've had the last couple have been like pretty full on, not full on, but like a lot of components. So it's nice to have something a little bit more simple. And the picture is of Perry the Platypus on a keychain. So I'm very curious to see if I can do the same thing and have it like a bag charm size, because I don't have really very many bag charms or keychains made for this convention yet. So if he is a good size for a bag charm, I can just bulk make a bunch of them. So that really works out well. So I'm going to go and see if I have all the colors I need. I know I have lagoon and teddy bear, but I'm not too sure about the orange. And then I'll come back and we can start crocheting. Okay, so I found the yarn pretty much exactly what I thought I would use, which is teddy bear, lagoon. And for the orange, I've chosen maize, which one is one of the newer ones. It's coming off kind of yellow in this light. It's like a squash color, if you know what I mean. So that's the colors I'm going with. I think it works out well. Should work out well. This pattern looks really quick, so I'm going to get started and see what I need to do first actually. Okay, we're going to start with the body. Okay, this is bubble stitches. So there really is no sewing, which is awesome change because I'm kind of sick of sewing. All right, so I'm going to get started and hopefully this will be a quick make. Lost my hook. Hopefully this will be a quick make. As you can see, it's already dark and it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So hopefully I can get this done in the next hour so I can show you guys what it looks like. But let's get started. Okay, so it is considerably later now. I had dinner and all the rest of it, but I want to show you Perry the Platypus. I haven't finished it, but I have got this much done. So I really just have to put his hat on, which I've also crocheted. It's here. His little hat. So I'm just going to put it on like that. For some reason I thought he was no sew. He is sew, obviously his hat, but also his tail. Okay, so I'm just going to attach this now. Okay, he's done. He is really super cute. I am a fan of this little guy. I definitely think that he would be a really cute bag charm. Obviously not my $18 bag charms because he was a little bit more involved than my other $18 keychain plushies. But yeah, I think it's really cute. I don't know how to price him, honestly, because I just made the one, so I don't really know how long he'd kind of took. But I'll probably make a few of them just because he looks cute. Okay, so this is the fourth plushie, the fourth mystery jar plushie that we have made. I'm now going to cut back to me picking out a new mystery plushie and then cutting back here and we'll start crocheting. Okay, now that Perry is done, let's go again. Let's see what we're going to get. This is a really good combination of patterns that I'm getting so far, so I'm pretty hyped about this. Okay, next one. Okay, so this one is Mimikyu. I have not crocheted this particular mimicue. I have crocheted mimicues before, but I haven't crocheted this particular pattern, and I have it saved. So I thought, let's give that one a go. I think I've crocheted 2 different types of mimicue patterns at this point, and I do find them sometimes a little bit complicated to get not fall over. And anyway, I'm trying to find the perfect pattern for mimicue. So I thought, I come across it and I thought I'll give it a go and see if it's going to work for me and what it works up like and how big it works up like. So let's go and crochet a mimicue. Okay, as you guys just see, we are now crocheting a mimicue. I think this should be relatively straightforward. I have crocheted a few mimicue patterns before, honestly, but not this particular one. So I am curious to see how it's going to turn out. I probably won't do the start of it on camera just because I want to go have a shower and have a tea and all that stuff, and I probably won't film anything else tonight. I don't think I'll finish it tonight though, honestly, but I do want to at least get started on it because it is now Wednesday night, so we have 2 days left of the mystery jar challenge, and I do want to still keep going because I did draw a bunch of them. I don't want to see how many I can make. So the mimicue pattern, I've never done this one before, but it should be relatively straightforward. There is some sewing involved, I believe, or there usually is. They're not usually the most straightforward patterns, but we're going to give this one a go. I thought we may as well try them all out and see which one works the best. So I'm going to start crocheting this one now, and I will check back in with you guys when I have something interesting to show you. Okay, so it's now Thursday, and I thought I'd show you Perry the Platypus in lighting, which is kind of the theme. I'm waiting for summer to come back so we can have the best lighting and have light until, you know, 7:30 at night instead of disappearing light at 5. And so here we are. Here is Perry the Platypus. I did show you guys already, but I think it was like 9 o'clock at night or something, so he's super cute. And I also started on the mimicue. I think I might have mentioned that usually it is like a little bit involved for the mimicues, or at least the patterns that I've done. There's always been like a head that has to be sewed onto the body, and it's sort of like hard to get it a little bit lopsided and then, you know, whatever. But this pattern that I'm following is actually really straightforward, especially this part. So I've done this part, which is pretty much almost all of it. It's his main head and body. It's all connected in one go. This is also just like back loop only connected. This was a free pattern, by the way. I'm not giving away anything. I'll put links and everything down below so you can go check it out yourself. But it's very, very easy, very straightforward compared to the other mimicue patterns that I've done, which has been a lot more sewing, a little less straightforward. So it's a really great size. Obviously I haven't done any of the features of the face or the little eyes here or the crazy eyes here. I have done the little ears, what the heck, little ears. So I need to sew those on. All I need to do now is sew on the tail. Well, I need to make the tail. I have not made the tail yet, so that's what I'm going to do now. I do have my brown yarn. I'm just going to use teddy bear, which is kind of the theme of this one. I'm just using teddy bear for everything. So I think this brown is kind of the perfect brown for Mimicue's tail. So I'm going to quickly crochet this, and then we can put it all together, and I'll embroider the eyes and show you what it looks like. But basically, I would definitely recommend this pattern if you're looking to do like a con prep or a Pokemon centered kind of theme, and you're wondering what kind of Pokemon are going to be easy to do, because a lot of the Pokemon patterns are not easy, or they're a little bit involved. There are some really great quick patterns that I like to use, as you guys know, but Mimicue was never one of those. Mimicue was a, do I feel like doing a lot of intricate stuff? Yes, I'll make Mimicue. No, I will not make Mimicue, but I definitely can see myself making multiple of these because it was so quick. So I definitely recommend this pattern if you're wanting to do a quick Mimicue pattern. But anyway, I'm going to stop yapping and get on with this tail, and then we can finish Mimicue because I'm kind of excited to get working on the next pattern. So let's get on with the tail. I will say this particular tail pattern is actually pretty interesting. It's actually a pretty good method for doing this tail. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy about this. Sometimes the Pikachu tails are a bit of a pain. You have to do like 2 panels, and then you have to, it's this chaining back and forwards. This is not. It's like started as like a chain, but it's like going in rounds, which is really cool. So far I'm a big fan of this pattern. Okay, I just finished the tail. This was such a clever pattern. I usually put off doing Pikachu type patterns and Mimikyu patterns because of the tail. This is so cool. Are you serious? Very, very clever. I like it when I learn a new thing through patterns. So now we are ready to assemble. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assemble I'm gonna chuck the ears on. Okay, we're gonna put these ears on. And the good thing about Mimikyu is that its ears just are kind of just all over the place. So it doesn't need to be perfect. It's kind of wonky. The only thing I will say is that if I do this again, I probably will make this part of the ear a little bit smaller, just so it fits on. I mean, it still fits on fine, but I feel like they should be a tiny bit smaller, but that's just a very small, I guess, adjustment that I would make in future. Okay, so the ears are on, and for some reason they just bend, I think because of where I did the color change, so that actually works out really well if they bend like that, so loving it. All done, except for the embroidery, so I'm gonna do that now. Actually, no, I need to do the tail. What am I talking about? I need to put the tail on. Okay, so let's put this on. Let me see the instructions. Alrighty, so let's have a look at this tail instructions. Where do I put it on? Where do I put it on? Around 18 and 20. Okay, so I'm going to obviously sew his tail a little bit further up because we don't want that. We don't want that. We want it to stay up a little bit. Doesn't have to be too crazy, but we do want it to be not flopping over because it's gonna be hard for me to display. I mean, the good thing about Mimikyu is that he's kind of a hot mess, so it's nothing has to be like symmetrical with him, which is like the greatest thing. I'm gonna do one more little stitch just to support it even more because I really don't want it to flop too much. Okay, so tail is on. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Alrighty, so now we need to do oh, my head's chopped off in this video. Why am I like this? Okay, so we need to do the crazy face. I'm gonna get my black yarn. I think that's all I need. I'm just gonna use milk cotton. So let me go grab that because like usual, I don't have anything here I need. Alrighty, so I have some milk cotton. And the first thing I'm going to do is his little eyes on his little part of his body. I think whenever I make Mimikyu, I don't know, I think I always forget to add his eyes here. So this is where he's supposed to actually be, I believe. This is just like a mask to his little actual eyes like peek through. So I'm pretty sure I always forget to do that, but we're going to do it now. Okay, so that's his little eyes done. Now I just need to do his big eyes, and honestly, every time I do the big eyes, I always like, even though it's not meant to be perfect, it's meant to be literally just squiggles, right? Like he's drawn his own eyes on. I will still like criticize my squiggly line, be like, doesn't look right, not good enough, it's not perfect enough, which makes zero sense. So we are going to not overthink the squiggly eyes because otherwise I'm going to drive myself absolutely bonkers. Okay, so first when I do these kind of eyes, I'm going to mark it out like a circle. Okay, that's one eye done. So what I did last time was I got black yarn like this and then kind of went around once or twice, which I might end up doing. Okay, eyes are done. Crazy. And now we just need to do the mouth, which I actually totally forgot about until I just looked again and I was like, wait, the mouth. Alrighty, he is all done. Oh my gosh. Do we love him? I think we do. I think maybe I'll go and do like some darker stitches maybe. I don't know. I know the only thing is if I do that and the yarn gets caught underneath, it stuffs everything up. So I don't know. We'll see. I like it for now, but we'll see. I might go through and make a few of them darker, but let me know because I obviously won't be selling this guy for a couple of weeks now, or months, 2 months, less than 2 months. Anyway, at Oz Comic Con. So if you guys think I should go through, I think this one needs a little bit of darkening, but let me know. Anyway, he's done. So now that Mimikyu is done, we can now go ahead and redraw the next mystery jar plushie. Okay, now that we have done Mimikyu, let's go ahead and get another pattern. We still have a few in here. Oh, okay, this is the brush buddy by Neath Sand from an anime called Witch Hat Atelier. So it's the cutest anime. So now I've started watching it and now I thought I'll give that a go, the brush buddy. It's because it's so cute and I'm seeing it pop up everywhere now, I think, because I'm now watching it, so I'm getting all of the Instagram stuff. So I do have fuzzy yarn that I want to use up, so I'm thinking it might be a really good way for me to use some of the fuzzy yarn up. I do have a couple of different types of fuzzy yarn that I'm going to look at to see which one will work best. I have one from Sue from Zimmy Creates, which I really want to use because it's a really nice fuzzy yarn that's easy to work with. So I think I might do that one because I do have some white. So I'm going to probably do it with that. So, and I also have a lot of wire, obviously, because I crochet a lot of flowers. So I thought it could be, yeah, it could be something different. So let's go and do the brush buddy. Okay, so the next one is the brush buddy from Witchcraft Atelier. And I had no idea about this one until I saw Claire from 53 Stitches make it, and I was like, what is this thing? And then she told me about what it is. And so I Googled what anime it's from, because like it's a very curious looking thing. And now I'm watching the anime. So I thought let's add it in just for something fun to do, because a ton of like Witch Hat Atelier stuff started coming up all over my feed now that I started like looking it up, and I really, really want to make something from it. But after I drew the mystery jar challenge stuff already and started crocheting this mystery jar challenge video, I started getting like the cutest little patterns coming up for the actual hats. And obviously it's too late to put it in now, but I'm going to add that into probably next week's market prep video, or one of them upcoming, because I want to make some little keychains with like the little hats on there. I think it looks really cute. And now I want to cosplay as a character from there for Oz Comic Con. This is just me just deciding things randomly. Will I have time for that? Probably not, but you know, I thought it'd be really cute. Anyway, let's get some yarn. So the yarn I want to use is actually the yarn that Sue from Zumi Creates has given me, and it's really fluffy yarn. If you're a Smash, you probably would have seen it. I think she had it there. She had a chenille yarn there, but I don't know if she had her fluffy yarn there. Did she? Maybe she did. Let me go grab it. So this is the yarn. It's really fluffy. I'll try and get a piece. I'll try and find the end. I'm just gonna pull it all out. It's in the middle. Oh, there we go. I found it. Oh my gosh. See this yarn? Okay, I know this yarn looks very intimidating because it is fluffy, but it's not difficult to work with. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just looked at the pattern. I'm so sorry if there's food on my face. I'm literally eating lunch right now. It's like 4 o'clock. There is 124 rounds. I mean, obviously it's a long creature, but I didn't realize it was that long. Here's me thinking it was going to be a kind of a quick pattern. Okay, anyway, let's just start it because who really cares? We're going to start it anyway. And after 120 rounds, I'm going to be an absolute pro at this yarn. So easy peasy. All right, so here's going to be a one fluffy brush buddy. I'm so excited for this and how it's going to turn out. So I'm going to keep crocheting with this, and then I'll check in with you guys when I have something, because it's literally just going to be me crocheting round and around and around in circles a million times. So maybe even check in later tonight when I've done a little bit more, and then I can show you what this guy is starting to look like. Okay, so I am back and it is the next day, the next afternoon. I will show you Mimikyu. I don't know if I showed you guys. I can't remember whether I finished this on camera or not. But anyway, it's Mimikyu. I think I did actually. I was sitting here, wasn't I? All done. Now I started on the brush buddy and it started to turn out really massive. Like really huge. Oh, my hook's caught. I didn't mean for it to be this big, which is fine. Like I don't mind. And I've got wire in it so that it can bend. But the only thing is that unfortunately I ran out of yarn and I thought I had more, but it's the wrong color. This is cream and this is white. And unfortunately I can't continue with it. I might have to get some more either white fluffy yarn, or I'm going to reduce it, like frog half of it and then just start decreasing, or frog from here and just make it smaller so it can go a bit longer. For the feet part, I don't really mind if it's the white and then the black, because I don't think anyone's going to notice. It won't look that bad. But yeah, I just can't finish this off. I lost the yarn chicken for this one, unfortunately. So I think I might try and source some more of this yarn and then I can finish it off. But it won't be today, obviously, because I need to get it. So I will find a pattern for a smaller one and maybe make some smaller ones. But I would like to just finish this so I could have just one big one. He looks just really crazy. Anyway, I'm going to probably end the challenge here because I lost chicken on the final one, which is fine, it happens. But let's go through what we did make in this challenge and put it all together. So first up, of course, we have leaf yarn. So cute. This was a really cute free pattern and a free mod. Second, we have Chopper. Again, so cute. I'm really glad I made Chopper. I'm still surprised that I've never ever made a one-piece character until now. That's pretty crazy, but I have had this pattern saved for ages. And then next we have Perry the platypus. Very cute. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to put him on a keychain or not. I think it's just really cute. And then we have Luffy. Again, I used the wrong color for skin. Really should have been like a tan color, but anyway, that's what happens when you don't like watch the entire instructions before you start. Still my second ever one piece character, and it is the one challenge, so go me. And lucky last, we have Mimikyu. Very, very, very easy, very quick pattern. Again, free pattern. Ooh, much easier than the other Mimikyus I have ever done. And I mean, I said that was last, but this is last. My little failed brush buddy, half a brush buddy. So I'm going to do some amendments to this guy, and then hopefully in an upcoming market prep vlog, you'll see him again, but finished, hopefully. But yeah, that is it for my mystery jar challenge. Let me know which one was your favorite make if you've made any of these before. And if you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.